India crumbled to an embarrassing loss to Australia in the first rain-curtailed ODI, but a lot of the noise around Indian cricket has been coming from the sidelines, from over the boundary ropes, and everything is leading to a question around what exactly is Indian cricket's plan and vision for this side. Why is Harshit Rana being given a long rope? What is their plan regarding the superstars Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, or even Jasprit Bumrah? And what's the story behind a disgruntled Mohammad Shami? While it's not possible to keep everyone happy and do the right thing by every decision that a selection committee and, of course, by that extension, the management takes needs to have one common purpose, a common goal in mind. This has to tie in with, of course, the long-time vision and goal for the national side. In case of the Indian men's cricket team here, that's multifold. The 2 World Cups across 2 formats that's coming up in back-to-back years, of course, is key. And then, of course, the World Test Championship that comes towards the end of this cycle, which is in 2027. And so the attempt has to be to make careful decisions that do not impact the road to these 3 milestone tournaments. Let's now first look at the bowling department here and the curious case of Jasprit Bumrah. Now he's an all-format player. He's key. So it becomes more imperative to review his schedule and availability. Now that this has become a prerogative considering his limitations regarding his physical fitness, the injury concerns. He's being made to sit out of the games against Australia in this ODI series after having just played the Test series against West Indies that recently concluded. So the question is, what's the understanding here? Why this is being done? Is it because of this? A spot in the World Test Championship final is critical because India missed out on the last time. So you'd rather use him now to help seal that and get as many wins under the belt. Which is why he's being made to sit out of a series against Australia, even though Australia is a very critical opposition. Maybe because the World Cup is what he has to eventually play. Now, if that's the case, then who is the management entrusting in being the stand-in leader of the attack in Jasprit Bumrah's absence? Especially when it was Mohammad Shami all along, right up to a very successful Champions Trophy campaign this year, barring out a few injury gaps. Now, the biggest drama unfolding, of course, is it seems to be these 2 different public viewpoints of Shami here and Agarkar, the chief of selectors, regarding this matter. Now, all of those comments by these 2 key players during this saga makes one thing certain, that all is not well between these 2 components, these 2 aspects, these 2 people and players in this drama, at least over the last few weeks. Now, while Agarkar in his own defense seems to have dealt with the situation in the best way he possibly could, why is the player in question here, Shami, reflecting something else? Now, R. Ashwin, who's never shied away from speaking his mind and who's recently retired from all formats of international cricket, had a point to make.
I will say one thing openly. Everything in Indian cricket runs on indirect talks. I really wish that it changes. Look at what Shami did. He performed and then talked in the press conference. Why is he talking all of this? Because he does not have clarity.
Clarity, transparency, words that are essential when you're running a national team. Everyone needs to know where they stand, especially if it's someone who, till not so long ago, was your pace spearhead alongside Jasprit Bumrah. And then, of course, there's the biggest elephant in the room, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. What's at play here? Sympathetic last rites or a genuine attempt at seeing if they figure in India's future plans? Because one thing is sure, they want to play for the next 2 years, they want to play the 2027 World Cup. And then, of course, there's the Harshit Rana conundrum, which flows right out from when you look at what's happening with Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah, someone the head coach has been accused of bringing on board only because of bias. resulting in an enraged response from Gautam Gambhir himself. And the fact that Rana has not really set the stage on fire ever since he made his way into the Indian dressing room also doesn't help the cause, his case here in this matter. So there's a lot of unsettling talks and conversations that's already going about regarding these various decisions that's being made. So while India needs to focus definitely on the ODI series that's underway and aim to win the next game to level this series, the larger questions around the national side need to be acknowledged and addressed, at least internally. What's the goal here? How are players being managed? And is there a sense of transparency, at least in place when it's about communicating with the players involved? Can the management do any better? That has to be the question always and repeatedly so, because talent will come and go, personnel in every management will come and go, but a system stays. And an inept one at that can only create more problems than solve them.
Want the facts?
The latest developments?
News that gets straight to the point.
Well, we've got all three just for you. This is Firstpost Live, a brand new show, your window into what really matters.
Don't miss it.